empowering you to build better lives. That's what we do. Okay, well, welcome to today's version of Empower Podcast, the podcast devoted to helping you achieve what you want in your own life and by helping others to achieve theirs. Today, I'm excited to be here with Daniela Flores from Mexico.
Yes, from Mexico.
And Daniela, we were together in Greece with our broader team.
Yes.
Where we got to know each other a little better. And your story specifically because you were recognized for the second year in a row as a Team Elite.
Yes.
As a Platinum 4-star Elite, which means you grew your business. Frankly, I think you more than doubled the size of your business on a year-over-year basis.
Yes, that was amazing.
You've accomplished amazing things. You are a part of an amazing team that we have in the podcast studio here. But we didn't set up the room to have a group broadcast, so we're going to do those later.
Okay.
So today it's going to just be a conversation about you. Perfect. And your journey here, not just with Nu Skin, but your journey in life.
Perfect. So, I'm ready.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
You ready to do this?
I'm so ready.
Good.
Yes.
And I did hear just before we started, so I'm a little bit surprised that you are 4 months
pregnant. Yes.
And so congratulations.
Thank you so much. That has always been one of my biggest dreams.
Yes.
And so, yes, I'm very happy.
So we're jumping to the end here, but so how has life changed and how has your outlook changed since becoming pregnant?
Pregnant? Well,
yes.
I'm only 4 months pregnant, so it's been a ride. With
a child.
With us.
I don't know. What's appropriate? Is pregnant okay, Kathy?
Yeah.
We're looking at Kathy because she edits everything. So, okay.
Okay, sorry, what do you mean like, but what do you mean like how has my life?
How has your outlook changed or has it changed? Like you said, it's always been a big goal for you to become not a mother.
A mother, yes. And
now it's changed. And so has your outlook changed? Have your goals changed? Has anything changed in your outlook?
In my outlook? Well, I think that my goals haven't changed.
Okay.
But now having this business, I feel like a lot of security.
Okay.
That I'm going, I go like 6 months further and I think myself with a baby.
Okay.
And the fact that I've built this business for 4 years and it's a solid business and that it's going to allow me to be present with my baby when it's born and, the fact that I won't have to go back to an office when I have my little baby like 3 months or so.
Yeah.
That makes me like really proud of myself.
Yeah, what you've done.
Yes, and what I've done and makes me really proud about the decision I took 4 years ago.
Okay.
To trust my instinct. Yeah. To hold on to the vision of having that life, having that flexibility, that dream. And it's very crazy because that dream is actually pretty close and pretty similar at what my reality looks like today.
So we are going to get into your belief in manifesting.
Yes.
And visualizing.
I'm a very big fan of, I don't think like manifestation or visualization because some people don't believe in that.
Okay.
I think it's more a matter of alignment.
Okay.
When you align yourself, what you want, what you think, what you do, and what you feel.
Okay.
The outcome, it's only a matter of, the outcome is a result of the person you become.
Okay.
So I love speaking of alignment.
So we're going to come back to alignment, and if I forget to, somebody bring
yes,
back to
entourage.
I want to go.
Take notes.
To go deep into that, but I want to go back to. I want to understand your sister's here as well. So
my sister's here, Katuemi. I love you.
And
yes,
you've been on this journey together.
Yes,
but just one comment before we move past what you just said. Most people when they go out and venture into business on their own, they give up certainty for uncertainty in order to get certainty.
Yes.
Right? So it's leaving that corporate world, which I know you were in, to become independent on your own, to achieve flexibility. And that's a scary jump. But now 4 years later, you're saying, I'm so proud of making the jump and now having the security or the certainty to raise my daughter or excuse me, my son.
Daughter or son. We don't know. We're going to find out in 1 week.
That's right.
Yeah.
So whether I'm putting a bet on a
girl.
daughter. So I'm right.
Yes. So my sister also says, yes, exactly. No.
If I'm right, I'll name her. If I'm wrong, you can name her.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. So that would work. But no, so we'll come back to that. But I find that fascinating that you have to become uncertain in order to get certainty. And as long as you're aligned internally, there's direction.
And I think that most people are searching for that, certainty. Mm-hmm. I mean, okay, I started my business and I grew it for 2 years.
Okay.
And then when I hit Emerald, that was like a big moment for me because I was so in love with this business. I was like, I want to do full-time newsking, but I was also very afraid and very scared of leaving the security that a corporate job gives you. Mm-hmm. And I think that I often thought to myself, well, when I hit Blue Diamond, I'm going to quit. Or when I hit Team Elite, or when I earn X. But what I've learned in this journey is that you have to jump. I connected deeply with my intuition, with my soul. One day I was like, Dani, what makes you happy? Really? It was like, Daniela, may I say something? We're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Live today. And it was like, newskin. I love newskin. And I think I've found my purpose. That's wild. Yeah. And I was like, I remember thinking, how is my life going to be with me turning full-time newskin? And I was like, wow. O sea, the possibility of designing my life, designing my days, my Monday, my Tuesday. And I always say this, but it was the little things. Like waking up, my cup of coffee. And I said it in Greece, my cappuccino with peace. And then my exercise, my Pilates, connecting to these meetings with my amazing team that fills me up with energy. And then, having the liberty of going to my mom's to have lunch any given Thursday, not having to ask for permission to go on vacation, all of that, I was like, and I also thought wow, going, having the liberty to go to these co-workings with my team. Normally we meet on Fridays.
Okay.
So it was like, wow, that's going to be my life. That's amazing. So I really enjoyed the process, and I think that when you are in love with the process, and that's something that Emilia always says, when you fall in love with walking, you'll always go further than the person who is only in love with the goal. So I kind of fell in love with walking. And when I quit, of course I was afraid, but I was aligned, and then the result, the Team Elite, the Platinum, the it came as a consequence of what I did, yes, but most importantly, the person I became. So, wow, o sea, that was wild.
Okay, and by the way, you said this is the first podcast you've done in English.
Yes, Ryan.
This is fantastic.
So, yes,
I was you're just flowing naturally. So
yes, I was really.
Don't worry about it. You could do more.
This always happens to me, before speaking in public or something important, I want to throw up. I'm so nervous.
Really?
Yes.
Well, hopefully you weren't nervous for this.
Well, so.
Yeah. So, but I think what you've learned is as long as you're aligned with yourself, and talking about what you love, there's no need to be nervous.
And connected with my heart. And I think that's something that I've learned from my uplines.
Yeah.
Katu and Emi here. They always lead by heart, by example. It's just be authentic, be you.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I fully agree with you on that. So let's step back a little bit because I want to understand a little bit about your childhood.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, when they think about empowerment, they think about achieving something in life. They think that's just not me. That's not how I was. That's not how I was raised. That's not how my parents, all the different stories we tell ourselves. So it's helpful for people to hear a little bit of your background and then kind of your transition story from kind of what you were doing just before you got into this business and what prepared you to then go and make that decision. So let's start with growing up. How were you raised? What were you interested in?
Yes. So I'm the middle child.
Okay.
I have one older sister, Carolina, and one younger brother, Luis Miguel.
Okay.
And as a child growing up, I was always very shy. I was never this extroverted person. Like my sister was like, she had a lot of friends, and I always said, yes, I always was like, I want to go out with you and with your friends, to the club and to that. I mean, I had friends, but I wasn't like the person who had a lot of friends. She was. We grew up in a very, very loving environment. Mm-hmm. My parents divorced when I was around 10 or 11 years old. Mm-hmm. My dad, he worked a lot at my granddad's factory. They had a furniture factory. Okay. But it kind of went to crisis when China started exporting furniture to Mexico. They had to shut down. So around that time, my mom had to go back to work. So she started working when I was 11 years old, and she began working at a marketing department at one of the most important companies, ballet companies in Mexico, called El Ballet Folclórico de Amalia Hernández.
Okay.
Yes. So, and
the
then
dancing,
ballet,
ballet,
but it was like folkloric.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
In the marketing department.
Okay.
So she went on to have like a lot of jobs until she became the first Mexican woman, or I don't know how to say it, Mexican woman director for Sony Pictures International. Fantastic. So she is a powerhouse. Sony Pictures Internationals. Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah, absolutely.
In the sales department, she was the head.
Mexico City?
And this was Mexico City. And I also think Latam. So yes. Latam, yeah. So I've always had this example of my mom. I mean, she's my biggest inspiration. Yeah. She's my biggest example. Yeah. And yes, I grew with that.
No, that's fascinating, fantastic. You had this role model in your mother.
Yes.
And your sister, your brother. Did you dance? Did you do any competitive?
I loved gymnastics.
You love gymnastics?
Yes,
okay. Did you compete?
Yes, I competed, but then I broke my elbow, so I stopped. Okay. But I remember I loved, yes. Yeah,
you loved it. Did you love the competition? Are you a competitor?
I'm can I say that I'm both? Can you be both?
Yeah, I think
I like to compete, and I also like to win.
Okay, well then you're a competitor.
Okay,
if
then
it's more about personal growth, then you would be more of an achiever.
Okay.
If you're more interested of competing and being the best,
yes,
then you're a competitor.
I'm a competitor.
I mean, naturally, we're everything.
Yes, I think I'm a competitor.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you do consider yourself a competitor. You also said earlier that you like having structure in your day. You like the cappuccino. You like your workout.
Yes.
So have you always been a structured person?
I think that I've learned structure from my past jobs.
Okay, you've learned it.
Yes.
You weren't always that way. As a kid, you didn't lay your clothes out before you went to school.
No, I wasn't that organized or that structured. Okay.
But I think that
through business, my first job was at Liverpool. That's one of the biggest department stores in Mexico. So I studied fashion and textile design. And I remember that in one of the first semester, second semester, I attended a class where the professor taught us everything you needed to learn about, Excels and projections and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't want to be a fashion designer. I want to be a buyer. Okay. So I graduated from college. Yep. And then I was like, I want to be a buyer in Liverpool. I don't know. I've always known certain things in my life, I'm going to work there. So I didn't send CVs. How do you say CVs? Curriculums?
Yeah.
Like curriculums or CVs. Anywhere else.
What's that called? Your
resume. Like your resume. Exactly. So I didn't send my resume to anywhere else but Liverpool.
Okay.
And then I got into Liverpool and I was a buyer. Mm-hmm. I was there for 5 years. And that was an amazing school. I mean, I entered at 7 a.m. And then got out like 6 p.m., 5 p.m. And yes, I was like very structured. I loved being in corporate. I loved numbers. I love numbers. I love Excels. They sent me a lot, like travel, New York, Paris, London, to pick up
shows.
To the shows, the runways.
Did you ever do magic in Vegas? So I was a buyer for 1 year.
Really?
I was 18. Yeah. I was
Where?
a young kid. It was actually a small 5 or 6 chain store. And I was assistant manager there. And then one day their buyer quit right as there's a show in Vegas called Magic. I don't know if you've ever been to Magic.
Of course, it's a huge fair. Yeah, so I went there. I went to Magic.
Okay,
yes, of course.
Well, no, I was a lot older.
Yes.
But I went, so I went there.
I went to Magic.
Can I tell you a story at Magic?
Yes, of course.
So I'm sitting there in Magic. So I did Magic and then I did in San Diego a small show. And so and that was just in 1 year and then I quit. But I loved it. So there was this guy there and he was really in shape. And he wore these, wrestlers? He wore these unitards. And he had these Reebok high tops on, and he would, every time I saw him, he had a bright purple one on, then he had a yellow one on, and he would change them about every 2 hours, and he'd have these new, and I was like, who has the confidence
to wear
walk around Magic in literally a wrestling unitard?
No, that's
and he was a buyer. I don't know what he bought for. So
that's crazy.
That's the only thing I remember about Magic.
That's crazy.
But
I remember
it's an amazing experience.
It's an amazing experience.
Right?
Magic, it's crazy. It's big. There's a lot of vendors, a lot of things going on. Everyone's selling.
Fashion styles coming in, and you get to see everything. Awesome. Oh,
yes.
So you did that.
How many years
did you do?
I was there in Liverpool for 5 years.
5 years as a buyer.
And as a buyer.
Okay.
And then I moved to Piagui, Grupo Piagui, which is a Mexican company that basically imports shoes.
Okay.
Shoe brands to Mexico. And then I was in the other side. I wasn't a buyer. I was like the vendor.
Okay. Yeah.
The selling.
Yeah.
So I had this big client called Palacio de Hierro, which is also a very important, very big department store in Mexico.
Okay.
It's more of a luxury.
Okay.
So I was there for 5 years. And that's when Emilia, around that time, that's when she texted me. Well, she actually sent me a message through Instagram.
Yes. And this is what year, what month you get this message?
It was June 2021.
June 2021. So COVID was a year into it.
Yes, I was working. I was working from home. And actually, I think that was a very
Emilia at that point
through Instagram. I mean, I was a part of her statistic.
Okay.
She actually
followed her on Instagram.
Yes.
Okay.
I follow her, or I think she followed me.
Okay.
And she messaged me.
Okay.
And it was like, Dani, I really love your profile. I think you would be amazing working with us. Are you interested? And I was like, yes, I'm interested. I was always very, open. I was very happy with my job. I loved it. I loved my boss, Eva. She's one of the best persons I've ever met. I admire her so much. But I've always, I was at that point that when you feel you have more potential?
Yeah.
Then you say, I'm happy, but I feel this inner fire. I don't know how to explain it. But her message came to me at that point. And also, I think it was very, very important that I got to know through COVID and through working from home, this flexible lifestyle. You know what? I was like, what?
You loved it.
What? Yes, I
do not do well with flexibility at all. I love it. I love structure.
You love structure.
I'm so excited about structure. Yeah,
I was so excited about
flexibility, or else we wouldn't have a business.
Exactly. Balance.
So you adopted this new lifestyle, and
I adopted it. I was very
lunch with your mother.
Lunch with my mom. Friday, my coffee, cappuccino, my exercise, my meetings. I was like, I'm so happy. Oh my god! And just the thought of going back to an office, I was like, no, I don't want to be there. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
So synchronicity. I don't know. Emilia.
So were those the two, when you say I wasn't quite feeling my potential and I was looking for a different lifestyle, a different way. Were those the two driving considerations for you?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, before Emilia texted me or messaged me on Instagram, I'm the person who always is looking for, like, what else can I do? Okay. So I opened a sweatshirt brand with a friend, with Marcela. But of course, it's like when you want to like do something more, how do you say it? Entrepreneur? Yes. We had to go downtown with like to see all these fabrics and then the transportation, logistics, the fittings, everything. And it was like, no, I don't think, this is not it.
Yeah, I think people grossly underestimate how hard it is to be like a ground floor bootstrapped entrepreneur where you're putting in hundreds of thousands of hours, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you might get a return on that.
Exactly.
And might not.
So
you tried that.
I tried that.
You were dabbling in that.
I mean, I tried it, but also I didn't feel that passionate about it. So when Emilia, like, so I think it's a matter of, like, what happened? It didn't align with me. Exacto. Yeah. I think that what happened with me was that I really felt my intuition, my higher self, like, through this business. I don't know how to explain it. And I really, really, really connected to the vision I had. Like, how is my life going to look like in 5 years? I saw this flexibility. I saw magic, butterflies. Wow. I was like, wow.
So I want to get from Emilia's text from a stranger on Instagram. Who reached out to you.
Yes.
And said, hey, I think you'd be great with our team. To that point where you said, I could see my future with Nu Skin. So let's dive into that part. So what happened between reaching out, you saying, hey, maybe there's something there? You didn't at the time know anything about her team.
I didn't know anything about her team.
Like, guide me through that message to what caused you to meet with her, and what was your journey over the next?
From the message to the vision, it was like one day. Like, it was immediate.
It really was.
So
tell me about the conversation or the process of the one day then.
Okay.
Like, what did you go through?
Emilia,
that's a big change.
You're a big change.
You're being happy at home. But you're being happy in your career, but you're living a more flexible environment at the time.
Yes.
To within 24 hours, I
was very inspired. Like, that's why I always share with my team, like, your vision or your why, that's the most important thing. Okay. And I understand that not everyone has a huge vision at first, but that's going to be your job. I mean, your job is to expand your vision because your business will never outgrow your vision. So I don't know why I had this vision, like, wow, but I did. And I felt this inspiration, and I connected with possibility and with balance. I always share this possibility of actually creating that life, living that life. I imagined my home. It was going to be, this white home with huge windows. I imagined my morning routine. I pictured myself like with my baby. My baby. Before
you had Emilia's text.
No. When I had Emilia's text. She messaged me.
Yes.
Exacto.
Okay.
She sent me the DM. Okay. Then she presented me with the opportunity. I mean, she made the business presentation. I saw the compensation plan. Emilia.
I want to hear this.
Emilia.
We need to box this up.
Okay, I saw the compensation plan. I saw the average of what can you earn. And I was like, it wasn't about the money. It was about the possibility that came with the money. Okay. So I connected deeply with that. And I was like, wow.
You also felt you weren't average. So that's the average.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. I've always...
What the possibility was.
What the possibility. Wow, I'm going to have my baby. I wasn't pregnant 4 years ago. And just like the thought of having a baby and having the time to be present and always be...
Did you have any idea the level of work it was going to require to get that average income? Like, did she take you through, in order to do that, you're going to need to move this amount of revenue, you're going to need to be this size of team, or was it more like she just said, hey, this is what you can do, and your butterflies hit it?
Okay, she showed me the possibility. She showed me the comp plan. And then Emilia and Katu guided me step by step. And I think that's all it takes.
Okay.
Like, I didn't feel overwhelmed,
Guided
you know?
you through the business.
You know, exactly. Okay. Like, okay, you first need to become a brand rep.
Yep.
And I was like,
showed you the
yes.
steps. But we're getting into that. I still want to get to how did this vision become so clear within 24 hours? Because, by the way, I'm on day 284
of reading your books.
Of the same
yes.
book. The same book.
Yes.
I used to read lots of books. And then I heard this quote from Buddha saying, be careful of the books you read. Instead of reading many, read a few. And make sure those few change your life. So I've read the same book 284 days in a row.
Okay,
so this is the Science of Getting Rich and Being Great. And the first principle is vision.
Yes.
Vision, purpose, faith, gratitude, right?
If we so start gratitude, I have a
gratitude,
here.
Yeah. So vision. So help me understand. So within 24 hours, you had this clarity of vision?
Yes. I don't know how to explain it like something tangible. I projected. I saw the number. Mm-hmm. I saw the possibility of what that number could do in my life.
Yep.
And I started dreaming. Actually, Sandy, she said yesterday, I started dreaming so big. And I remember that we went with my dad. It was his birthday, and we took him to Valle de Bravo, which is like 1 hour away from the city. And we were there at home, and it was like we were all of us in the jacuzzi, like having a conversation. And I was like, family, I'm just starting a business. I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this. And this is how I'm going to live. And this is how, And then my sister, she's more of a skeptical. Do you say skeptical? Mm-hmm. She was like, "Oh, Daniela, I don't think so." And my dad was like, "Yeah." And look at her, Timalit, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Timalit. And my dad was always like, "I trust you. You're going to be great."
Yeah, typical dad, right?
Yes, he's always believed. Yes. Yeah. And he's also very dreamer.
We don't, Our sons need to be more practical.
Yes, but dream. Yes, exactly. So I had that certainty, that vision, that clarity. I don't know how to explain it. It was there. It was here. I saw.
What would you tell somebody? Because I think this is the most important part of our discussion. If somebody's going to listen to this and hear it, it's how do you hone in on that when you're now talking with, whether it was your sister along the journey or everyone else, how do you help people to see? Because I agree with you. Vision is the most important thing.
The most important thing.
What I'm not sure how to do is to help people find what they're truly passionate and capable of doing. In other words, defining that vision. Okay,
yes.
How do you do that?
Okay, I always say, I always share with my team that it's okay if you don't start this business with a huge vision. Mm-hmm. The most important thing is for you to be clear on what you see, on what you saw. That's step number one. So be clear and be honest. And if it's just a business that's going to help you, let's say, pay for gas or the supermarket, that's fine. Like you need to be real, genuine about what you see. And then I always invite them to have like this experience of like travel through time, like go out in the future, like 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? Like what moves you? Like, and I always tell them that they have to vision it in 4K. You have to have this image, clarity, like in clarity, in 4K, like in 4K, like super defined. Like if it was a scene from a movie, I've always had that. And of course my vision has changed, but it's always like this scene from a movie. And I'm like, yes, and it changes, of course.
Sure.
But I don't know, it's like go dive in yourself. Like what moves you? What inspires you? Who are you? Like, who is that person? Who is Ryan in 5 years? Who is Kathy in 5 years? What are you doing? What moves you? And you have to do the internal job to know and to figure it out, because I think that the outcome of your business, it's completely attached to that vision and to that inspiration. Because I talked about this yesterday. Motivation is it's overrated. Fates.
Well, we're going to come back to motivate. That's interesting.
Yes.
Okay, so look out 10 years of when you talk with people about this. So in 4.5 years, you've probably spoken with hundreds of people about this process. Generally speaking, what percent, since you like numbers, what percent of the people you talk with are clear on their vision before you'd have that conversation?
Less than 10%.
Right?
Yes.
Very few of us.
Very few. Very few.
And I find this fascinating, including myself, but my children, very few of us actually take the time to decide where do I want to be?
Yes.
Who do I want to be? Where do I want to go in the next 10 years? And yet, life is like the biggest journey ever. It's the only journey that matters. And I would never start a journey to California without knowing where you're going. Where I want to go in California.
It's like you're not going to get there.
And yet in life, most of us, I agree with you, 10% is generous. That have actually taken the time to live in our dream.
Exactly.
Not just see it, but live in it.
Live in it. Go live in it.
And go back
Feel
to it continuously.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yes.
So you help them to first see what you see now. Be real.
Be real. Be
Set
honest.
Your expectation of what it is. And then look 10 years out.
And then go have fun. Dream.
Okay.
Dream.
Define that.
Define it. What makes you feel? And I think we all have that. We all can envision that. Envision that.
Yep.
What makes you feel?
Yeah.
Stop. What makes you feel? What do you want? It's possible. You just have to allow yourself to believe it's possible and then take aligned action to that destination.
Okay, so then step 3 is aligned action.
Aligned action.
Okay.
I mean, and then again, I come back to this manifestation word. Es que in Spanish is manifestación, o sea, ley de atracción, attraction. So the last letters of attraction is action. It's like most people just think that by thinking that what they want, it's going to happen. And it's like, nah, you have to take aligned action and you have to be consistent. Consistency. That's one of my favorite words.
So alignment. Okay. So I'm trying to put the recipe.
Yes. Recipe.
Know what you see, look out 5 years, have fun, but imagine, set your dream.
And let yourself be inspired. Action. Inspiration. That's the frosting of it all. If you're not inspired,
how do you get inspired?
I can't teach anyone to be inspired. I think that you have to be inspired by what you see, by your vision, and that's your job.
Okay. Be inspired. So set a vision that
inspires you. Exactly.
Not enough. It inspires you.
Because that's going to be your engine.
Okay.
Because business is like this. It's like this. And if you don't have a clarity, if you're not inspired, I'm inspired with what I see. It's like I get out of bed. Of course, I'm a human being. Sometimes I'm tired and stuff. Sure. But I'm like, I'm going to do this because I'm inspired, because I want to get there, because I know what I want. I want a better life for me, for myself, for my family. I want to inspire some other people, open doors, be a lighthouse. That moves me.
Okay. So in our process, we're setting that, we're letting ourselves be inspired. We're then taking action.
Massive intention, action with consistency.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the recipe.
Be consistent.
That's the process.
Be consistent. Forget about the time, because most people is like, I'm 1 year in the business and I'm still a lapis. Well, 1 year, what's 1 year? Yeah, you're learning. Exactly. Yeah. And I always compare this time frames with, for example, I started my career, it was 4 years. And then I worked on the corporate world, a little bit over 10 years. It's 14 years, 15 years, preparing myself, to get where I was in my last job. So then, so often you hear people saying, I'm for 1 month, 6 months in the business and I don't see results. And it's like, no, you're still learning. You have to learn.
I think I know the answer to this. So of the hundreds of people that you have spoken with and brought into this, of course, not all of them stay. Of course, they make the best. So if you were to tell me, what are the top 1, 2, and 3 reasons why people stop? And then we get into what would you tell them, or what do you tell them? And why do people give up then? If it's their dream, they're taking action. They don't get the result.
Yes.
What should they do at that point? What should we do when that happens?
What should someone do if
when they've set that dream, they've been inspired? Because we've all had those moments where we're like, got it, I see it. Then I start taking massive action, and I try to be consistent for 30 days in a row, though. Danielle, I'm doing this for 30 days, and I haven't.
But what's 30? It's like, what's 30 days?
Yeah.
I think that when people stop, maybe they say they're inspired, but I don't think so. Like, for me, it was never a possibility. No, like, I'm going to quit Nu Skin. No, because it's not Nu Skin. It's my vision. It's my life. When you truly, truly, truly connect with that place, you won't stop. If you are committed, if you know it's going to take time, because I think that be realistic, forget about the time, stop comparing yourself to others' journey, because I think I see that a lot in the business. Like, oh, that person, it's only 6 months in the business and she's an emerald and I'm a gold and I'm 1 year. Like, what's happening? Well, she's a different person. Sure. She arrived to the business with a different set of like skill set. Yeah. So you are going to find out what are you missing? What do you have to work on yourself? And then it's not fair for you to compare with other person. You need to compare with yourself. Like, are you better than yesterday? Okay, then you are going through.
Then you're progressing.
Okay. So yes.
Okay, so that's the key. And I want to stay in a time because I know you have an event starting back in about 12 minutes. So my last question, and I wish we could go longer, but let's go back to alignment then.
Yes.
So as we talk about designing that vision, being consistent over time, taking that massive action, when you say, but you need alignment, not manifestation, you need to align. Tell me, what does that mean?
I love it. Jay Shetty, do you know him? Yeah, he speaks.
I listen to him a lot.
Me too.
It sounded like, I know Jay really well. But no.
Sí. I wish I knew him.
On this podcast,
Yes, we should manifest him. No, es cierto. Okay, I think that in order to be aligned, you just need to be coherent first with what you want, then what you think, then how you feel, and then what you do. Because so often we want one thing, we think, but that's not going to be possible. We feel another way, like, no, I'm so anxious, I'm so nervous, and you don't do anything. Like, when you gather those four things, the results always come as a consequence.
What you want,
what you think, what you feel, and what you do.
And aligning those. That's
aligning those. Yeah. It's like the results always come. So I love that
because I think the principle of manifesting, I actually don't think they're fundamentally different, but I think the difference between that, it's the fourth one, it's the do. I think so many people feel like, well, no, I thought about it, I visualized it, I put it on my dream board. Yes. And then I went ahead and did every other thing.
Exactly.
But then I come back in my life and look to accomplish those goals.
Yes.
But you're saying, no, the alignment is keeping those
exactly.
together.
And it's Bob Proctor talks about something that's called the knowing-doing gap. And I think that's tremendous. That's amazing because we all know what we have to do in order to get, to Team Elite. But not everyone does it.
Yeah.
Like you have to, I don't know how to say, acortar, that gap. You have to do this to close that gap.
Close the gap.
But
the feel.
Yeah, exactly. The knowing-doing gap. You know what you have to do. Well, go out and do it.
Yeah. So in my book that I'm reading, he talks about efficient and effective action. And every moment in our lives, and I've applied this now at the company, right? Because every moment in our life is a moment for us to either be efficiently aligned to our vision or ineffectively misaligned. So in other words, everything we do is either in line with my vision or it's, I'm not going to say wasted time, but it's ineffective time.
Okay.
Right? Because I might go to a football game that's not directly aligned with so that might be, it's ineffective time, but even that I can spin to, is it reinforcing my vision of a life of flexibility or a life of, I'm going to travel to the Super Bowl every year, like whatever that vision is. Is it efficiently aligned, or is it ineffective use of time?
Okay.
And I think we apply that at the company now. We're in our planning process, right? So anything that's not aligned to this goal is an ineffective use
of time,
of our time and resource to accomplish the goal. And so I think when you talk about that, closing the gap, it makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Okay. So Danielle, anything else that you feel you'd want to share on the podcast that we haven't talked about in the last couple minutes?
Nothing.
Any
just
final thoughts.
Yeah, just go for it. You know, just what camera do I see? I see. Just go. That one? Okay.
David will
tell me
any of them, and David can do that.
Well, just actually, like, allow yourself to dream big enough. Like, be yourself, be genuine, be honest, dream big, let yourself be inspired, and take aligned action. And you know what? Just have fun. Like, life is today. Like, we should have fun. You should enjoy life. Like, you don't get to enjoy life only when you're team lead. No, you enjoy life now, you know? Like, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. I see.
She should host the podcast. So, okay, Daniela, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you so much, Ryan,
and just having this conversation. I always wonder where these are going to go, and I love this is our first podcast we've done on vision alignment.
Wow!
And actually, that's probably the number one thing Kathy and I talk about all the time. So
yes,
you've hit the nail on the head. Congratulations on baby.
Thank you.
And let us know what you end up naming it, or actually no, just let us know the gender
so that you can name her.
I'll send you a few ideas.
Exactly.
but thank you.
Thank you so much, Ryan. I loved it.
We'll get after it. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Bye.
Perfect. That was perfect.
That was amazing.
That was our